rainy Sedona, Arizona, about 2.5 hours northwest of Phoenix. The purpose of this trip is going to be an experience with the new 4th generation 2023 Honda Pilot. So tomorrow is going to be a full day of driving activity and experience hands-on with the vehicle, and then I will head back to Phoenix Thursday morning. And this is quite the change from Phoenix weather. It's snowing pretty fiercely up here. Let's see. Not something you're used to seeing just a couple hours from Phoenix, but here we are. Here's the location of my little room here, right amidst all the red rocks.
Incorporated strong SUV styling that better reflects the capability that's always been in our Pilots. Now, the key to this new design language are SUV proportions. We shortened the front overhang, improved the dash to axle ratio, and we've increased the fact it's so large that we can store our center removable seat underneath the cargo lid instead of leaving it behind in the garage, giving our customers access to it even when they're away from home.
So far, we just got a little brief introduction from Jake Berg from Honda, as well as some of the folks who were on the engineering teams. Learned a little bit about the vehicle in terms of its capabilities and the new innovations for 2023. So tomorrow we'll put this through its paces in the real world. I can already tell it's going to be an absolutely beautiful day on the trails with the new Pilot. Got a little bit of snow overnight here in Sedona, and it is a perfect crisp morning.
Now, this all-new 4th generation Pilot further advances the new design direction of Honda's light trucks with a tough new look and powerful stance.
On-road dynamics is best in class. Now, to achieve this, we concentrated on US.
Time to roll out. We're going to take a pack of TrailSports here for 8 of us, and then the remainder of the group is up there in an Elite trim, and I think one other. But we have both on-road and off-road courses that we'll be testing out here today in Sedona. This is looking pretty posh in here. I'm just working on getting things paired up here, and then we will be on our way. We are off and running here. This is the most capable Pilot ever in the vehicle's roughly 20-year history. It does come with a variety of different trim levels according to each person's sort of driving style and lifestyle. Under the hood in here we have a 3.5 liter 285 horsepower V6 mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. That is one additional gear beyond what the outgoing 3rd generation Pilot had. And in the interest of sort of making the Pilot a little more rugged, a little more outdoors friendly, not only were the exterior sort of styling attributes modified, but the engineers also made changes to the track width, the wheelbase, the overhang dimensions, and other things like that, in addition to adding on a whole suite of off-road capable equipment, specifically on the TrailSport model, which I'm driving right now. Now, there is quite a lot to talk about when it comes to TrailSport off-road equipment. I'll name off a few of the things that were mentioned in this morning's presentation, but the all-terrain tires are kind of the start of everything, and then you have multiple skid plates underneath the body that are designed to not only protect the underbody, but also to basically hold up or withstand the entire weight of the vehicle if the need ever arose for that to come into play. On top of that, the ride height has been upped by 1 inch above other models, and we have off-road tuned suspension, stabilizer bars, and all sorts of things that sort of the off-road community will appreciate. One thing that's kind of cool, the TrailSport comes standard with a rear hitch, and that hitch also doubles as a recovery point if somebody, for whatever reason, got himself or herself hopelessly stuck. That is a sort of a safety net back there. Here's a sneak peek of the interior with everything kind of opened up, with the power folding tailgate open. And you can see here the standard hitch on the TrailSport model that I was talking about. Here's a quick look at the window sticker for this model. It is finished in Sonic Gray, and it looks like that color itself is a $395 add-on, but very cool color. It's got a metallic, I don't know if you can pick it up in the screen here, but some of the features I was discussing there coming in at around $48,000 and change with the pre-delivery service. So another cool thing is how the TrailSport logo is actually 3D embedded here into the wheels. Real quick, I'll show you the inside passenger compartment for the Elite trim. This has obviously got this removable center seat here in the second row, with the backside having a couple cup holders and a little tray there. That folds up and becomes a third seat for a total capacity of 8 in here. We have some rear mounted temperature climate controls. This was kind of a cool feature, the manually retractable sunshades for the second row as well. And I remember one point from the technical conversation saying that the seat has been raised here in the third row so that there's a more natural seating position. Any of you who have ever sat in the third row of an SUV will remember it kind of feels awkward. Your knees are up against your chest, and this has definitely mitigated some of that discomfort. Right now we're heading back to the Enchantment Resort, which is tucked up here in what's called Sedona's Boynton Canyon. And videos and pictures really can't do this place justice. It's just a beautiful spot on the map. I'm still in the Elite trim, so this vehicle, as tested, is $53,000, and it is the cream of the crop. So if there were anything I would use to describe this, it's confidence inspiring. I find that it has really solid mannerisms all the way through the curvy stretches, the highway, and anywhere on-road that you want to take it. This afternoon we're taking a TrailSport up what they call Broken Arrow Trail, and it's supposed to be pretty rugged, so we'll see how that vehicle does in an off-road scenario. One of the things I thought that was very cool about this Elite trim specifically is that the brand is now partnering with Bose Audio, and it's a 12-speaker sound system that really rocks. Some of the other stuff that comes with the Elite packaging includes this 9-inch touchscreen display. We have a customizable instrument cluster over here, heated and ventilated front seats, as well as heated second row seats. And it really could be a very comfortable place to spend a long distance trip. Another thing that they've really emphasized is overall space versatility in here. So you notice obviously the little cargo shelf here on the passenger side of the dashboard, which is handy for little handheld items. There's also room for 2 different cell phones side by side here in the lower part of the console. A couple of cup holders here, and then a massive center console armrest here that can, according to the presentation this morning, it can swallow an entire laptop computer, which is pretty awesome. Another thing in this Elite model is the head-up display, which you probably can't see from where you're sitting, but I'm looking at it right now. Good, thank you.
Returning,
Yes,
checking
sir.
in, or you're returning?
Returning.
Okay, have a wonderful
Thank you.
afternoon.
All right. Honda also brought out one example black edition of the outgoing Pilot, just so you can kind of see the differences in overall design and equipment. So there you see old and new lined up. Here's the starting point for our upcoming off-road section. It's only 3 miles, but it's pretty rugged, and we'll get a little technical briefing on the specific areas that might be more challenging.
In Breckenridge, we did a lot. We did tons of trails. But then the portion that we just had the journalists do was wooded, all wooded. Not that steep, some steep switchback little sections. But yeah, like this, the terrain or the difficulty was very similar to this. But the most difficult parts on this trail are those rock, like that first rock climb you did, like straight up, can't see anything, rock face. In Breckenridge, the difficult climbs were steep and like smaller loose rocks, so you really had to be careful. You'd kick one out and the car would fall in a hole, and so it was a different kind of skill.
Right.
But yeah, similar rating, similar difficulty level, just different skill set.
Hey guys, as we
Breathtaking.
needle through these trees, it's a great opportunity to use the side watch view on the trail watch camera. Over.
So I did that. You, again, driver should just get used to like toggling
Toggling
with
that right there.
And once you get used to that, it's really cool. So
Right.
this is cool. Like you place yourself up against this tree.
And if you press that
You
button
already
twice, then
passed
you
it,
get
but
the full
like here you
screen
can watch the tree.
Oh yeah.
And then you're like, oh yeah, I've cleared the
Right.
tree. I don't know. I love it.
It's
Once you get used to how to view it, what you're looking at,
Mhm.
it does take some time, but it becomes really second nature to just.
made it to what's called Chicken's Point. This is a lookout. Beautiful scenery up here in Sedona, and we passed a couple groups of what they call the pink Jeep tours that were through here, and definitely got some odd looks from the passengers wondering what in the heck are these guys doing up here in 3-row crossovers. But I will say this thing was extremely confidence inspiring throughout. The way that all of the power is delivered where it needs to go. It has adequate skid plates all the way around, and never once did we really question our capability. It is time now to start our descent. We're going to go back the way we came. It should be interesting to see the perspective going downhill versus what we saw coming uphill. I've been in the Valley or in the Phoenix area for 17 years. Never really known of this trail until yesterday when I heard we were coming up here. So to experience it for my first time in a 2023 Honda Pilot was pretty awesome. Bright and early Thursday morning, 33 degrees in Sedona. Got the ILX started to defrost here, and we will be on the road to Phoenix momentarily here at 5 a.m.